Andrew's Doers. Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Tina, Winona, and Una. Tina, Winona, and Una made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Tina, Winona, and Una all together. One day, the king of Doubleburg's messenger said, Hear ye, the king of Doubleburg, his majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and cross shall marry his son, Prince Twinning. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsister, Tina said, he's going to marry me. Winona said, no way, Tina, he's going to marry me. Una said, both of you are wrong, he's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is very sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Twinning. And her fairy godmother asks Cinderella what's wrong by saying, why are you crying, Cinderella? Cinderella responds, and sadly, I wanted to go to the ball and marry Prince Twinning. Her fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of double magic. She waves her magic wand and chants the magic words, dibbly dabbly dobbly doo. And all of Cinderella's chores are done, but the fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has 2 pumpkins. The fairy godmother waves her magic wand and chants the magic words, dibbly dabbly dobbly doo. Again, turning the 2 pumpkins into a handsome coach drawn by 2 strong horses, and then Cinderella's clothes into a gown and crown. I've never seen such a double-tasted gown. And get a lot of my glass slippers. Cinderella is now ready for the ball. Her fairy godmother said, have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you. Return home before midnight or the spell will be broken. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Twinning was wondering who he should marry. Cinderella, of course. Tina, Winona, and Una shout out together, he's walking towards me! But he's not. But he is walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Twinning danced happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Twinning was so worried, afraid that she might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled all around Doubleburg to find her, and brought the 2 glass slippers with him. He knocked on the door where Cinderella, Tina, Winona, and Una lived. But instead of Cinderella, he found Tina, Winona, and Una. Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these 2 glass slippers? Prince Twinning asks. Tina is first, but her feet are too big. Winona is next, but her feet are too small. Una is last, but her feet aren't the right size either. Suddenly, Prince Twinning noticed Cinderella's sweet singing. Cinderella shouts excited, Prince Twinning, is that you? Prince Twinning responded, of course it's me. You are from my father's ball. I love you. Will you marry me? Cinderella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Twinning back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and buy our merchandise. Take care. Bye. Oh, yeah. And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents 16erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 16erella. 16erella had 7 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Sophia, Isabella, Xavier, Tina, Eliza, Eloisa, and Nina. Some of them constantly made fun of 16erella. They made her do all the chores. 16er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Sophia to Nina. One day, the king of Sexticumlingham's messenger arrived and said, Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Sexticumlingham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Sexticoupling. But 16erella is not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They then argue over who will marry Prince Sexticoupling. Later, Prince 16erella is so sad doing chores about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Sexticoupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother asks 16erella what's wrong by saying, Why are you crying, 16erella? In which 16erella responds, I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Sexticoupling, but I have lots of chores to be done. 16erella's fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. She chants the magic words. Sextidentity, sextidentity, sextu, and waves her magic wand. Because of that, 16erella chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet, she said. 16erella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 16erella has 16 pumpkins and 32 mice. 16erella's fairy godmother chants the magic words. Sextidentity, sextidentity, sextu, and waves her magic wand again to turn the 16 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 32 mice into horses, and then 16erella's ripped clothes into a gown and crown. 16erella said, I've never seen such a sexticouple-tastic gown! And get a load of my glass slippers! Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? 16erella's fairy godmother said, Well, you can't. But have fun, 16erella. But I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before. And so, 16erella accepts the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Sexticoupling was wondering who he should marry. Sophia and Nina say all together, He's walking towards me! But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 16erella. Prince Sexticoupling then asks, May I have this dance? Prince Sexticoupling responds, I would be delighted. 16erella and Prince Sexticoupling dance happily together. But later, 16erella realizes it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Sexticoupling was really worried that he might never see 16erella again. So he traveled all around Sexticumlingham to find her and brought the glass slippers with him. By the time he arrives, he knocks on the door of the home where 16erella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 16erella, Prince Sexticoupling finds Sophia to Nina. He then said, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these glass slippers?" Sophia is first, but her feet are too big. Isabella is next, but her feet are too small. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Sextuple notices 16-year-old sweet singing. The glass slippers fit! 16-year-old gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Sextuple back, and they both lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrew's Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care! Bye! And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 42-erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella, with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 42-erella. 42-erella had 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Farah, Olivia, Ramona, Tanya, Yvonne, Tasha, Winona, and Una. All 8 of them constantly made fun of 42-erella and made her do all the chores. 42, wench, sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said the ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters all together. One day, the king of 42 Burg's messenger arrives and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! The king of 42 Burg is going to throw a ball and with lots of food at 9 o'clock. And 11 o'clock is dance time. And whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince to a quadrigentupling. Can I come?" asked 42-erella, but she's not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters Farah to Una are. "He's going to marry me," said Farah, the oldest stepsister. "No way, Farah." "Wrong, he's going to marry me," said Olivia. "Both of you are wrong, he's going to marry me," said Ramona. The rest say, "All 3 of you are wrong, he's going to marry me." Later, 42-erella is so sad, upset, and distraught about not going to the ball and marrying Prince to a quadrigentupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comforts her. There now, 42-erella. I can help with a bit of magic. Nobody will know it's you." And so, she waves her magic wand. And because of that, all of 42-erella's chores are all done, and her best party dress is fixed and made bigger and better. 42-erella says, "I've never seen such a dual quadrigentuple-tastic gown! And get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough?" But 42-erella's fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, "42-erella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice." Luckily, 42-erella has 42 pumpkins and 84 mice. 42-erella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 42 pumpkins into a handsome coach and the 84 mice into horses. 42-erella climbs into the coach. Her fairy godmother says, "Have fun, 42-erella, but I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to normal." And so, 42-erella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince to a quadrigentupling was wondering who he should marry. "Son, wondering who to marry, son?" asks the king of 42 Burg, in which Prince to a quadrigentupling says, "Yes, father, I don't know who." Suddenly, 42-Arella arrives at the ball just in time. Farah, Olivia, Ramona, Tanya, Yvonne, Tasha, Winona, and Una say all together, "He's walking towards me!" But he's not walking towards any of them. Prince Dua Quadrigen Toppling is walking towards 42-Arella. He then asks, May I please have this dance?" "I would be delighted," said 42-Arella. Prince Dua Quadrigen Toppling and 42-Arella dance happily together. But later, 42-Arella realized it's almost midnight, so she screamed out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Dua Quadrigen Toppling was so worried that he might never see 42-Arella again. The king of 42-Burgs comforted him by saying, There, now, son. I think we'll be able to find 42-Arella, he said. And so, they began their journey all around the neighborhood to find her and brought the 2 glass slippers she lost with them. By the time they arrive, they knock on the door at the house where 42-Arella and her 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Tina to Ona, Farah to Una, live. But instead of 42-Arella, they find Farah to Una. They then say, Prince Dua Quadrigen Toppling, "Ladies, my father and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper?" "Slippers?" Farah is first, but her feet are too big. Olivia is next, but her feet are too small. "Nonsense! They fit!" she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, the king of 42-Burg and Prince Dua Quadrigen Toppling noticed 42-Arella singing. "Prince Dua Quadrigen Toppling and your majesty is going to throw. Is that you guys?" The king of 42-Burg exclaims, "My dear daughter-in-law, 42-Arella, we found you!" And the glass slippers fit. And now, 42-Arella, Prince Quadrigen Toppling, and the king of 42-Burg lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrew's Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care. Bye.